I think the only thing that we have in common with Kiss now is that, they like to make money and they like girls, but as far as their music go, basically their music's like second fiddle to their other desires. Our music comes first.
From the electrifying vocals of Welcome to the Jungle to the raw emotion of November Rain, one man has defined an era of rock music, the inimitable Axl Rose. As the firebrand frontman of Guns N' Roses, Rose's distinctive voice and provocative persona have made him an icon. With over 100 million records sold worldwide, his impact is undeniable. Even at 61, Rose continues to defy expectations, sprinting and dancing across the stage with the energy of a man half his age. Buckle up as we delve into the wild world of Axl Rose. However, to get the full perspective of the wild world of Axl Rose's stardom, we need to go back to where it all began. Early life. Before he was the wild-eyed, serpentine-dancing frontman of Guns N' Roses, little William Bruce Rose Jr. was just another kid from the cornfields of Lafayette, Indiana. But this small-town boy was destined for big things, even if his early life read more like a Midwestern tragedy than a rock and roll fairy tale. Born in 1962, young Axl's childhood was anything but rosy. Raised in a strict Pentecostal household, he grew up believing that pretty much everything fun was a sin. Talk about future rebellion fuel. His biological father split before Axl was even born, leaving his mother to marry another man who would become Axl's stepfather. Plot twist. It wasn't until his late teens that Axl discovered the man he thought was his father wasn't. School days for our future rock god were a mixed bag. While he showed early promise in piano and even sang in the school and church choirs, can you imagine? Axl was also a bit of a troublemaker. Let's just say detention knew him well. But hey, you can't cage a wild rose, right? It was during his high school years that Axl's musical interests really started to bloom. He fell hard for bands like Queen and Elton John, drawn to their theatrical performances and powerful vocals. Little did he know he'd one day be sharing festival stages with his idols. But the real game changer came in the form of a scrawny, top-hat-wearing guitarist named Saul Hudson, better known to the world as Slash. The two met in Los Angeles after Axl ditched Indiana for the bright lights of Hollywood. It was a match made in rock heaven, or hell, depending on who you ask. Yet as Axl's childhood dreams began to take shape, the stage was set for a musical revolution that would shake the foundations of rock history. Career and success. From the moment Guns N' Roses exploded onto the scene in 1987 with Appetite for Destruction, it was clear Axl wasn't just another pretty face with a microphone. Nah, this dude was the real deal, a force of nature wrapped in leather and bandanas. That album, it didn't just chart, it decimated the competition, becoming the best-selling debut album in U.S. history. Talk about making an entrance. But Axl and the boys were just getting started. The Use Your Illusion albums in '91 cemented their status as rock gods. Sold-out stadiums, MTV domination, and enough controversy to keep the tabloids in business, GNR had it all. And at the center of the hurricane was Axl, his banshee wail and stage antics becoming the stuff of legend. Awards? Oh, they've got a few. Grammy nods, American Music Awards, you name it. But the crowning achievement came in 2012 when Guns N' Roses was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sure, Axl didn't show up, classic Axl move, but his impact was undeniable. Speaking of impact, let's talk legacy. Axl Rose didn't just influence rock, he redefined it. His vocal range, insane. His songwriting, raw and real. Sweet Child of Mine, November Rain, Welcome to the Jungle. These aren't just songs, they're cultural touchstones. And just when everyone thought he was done, Axl pulled off the impossible. In 2016, he reunited with Slash and Duff for the Not in This Lifetime tour. It became one of the highest-grossing tours in history, proving that even after decades, Axl Rose still knows how to bring the house down. Love him or hate him, and plenty have done both, there's no denying Axl Rose's place in rock history. He's the last of a dying breed, a true rock star in an age of careful PR and sanitized images. In a world of auto-tune and manufactured pop, Axl remains gloriously, unapologetically real. And that, my friends, is why he'll always be the king of the jungle. However, behind the glitz and glamour of stadium tours and chart-topping hits, Axl's journey to financial success was as unpredictable as his on-stage antics. Income and net worth. In recent estimates, this vocal powerhouse was estimated to be worth a cool $200 million. Not too shabby for a kid from Indiana, huh? So how did Axl turn those trademark screams into serious green? Well, for starters, Guns N' Roses has sold over 100 million records worldwide. Their debut album, Appetite for Destruction, alone shifted 30 million copies. Ka-ching! But album sales are just the appetizer. The real meat comes from touring. The Not in This Lifetime reunion tour, which kicked off in 2016, reportedly grossed over $580 million. Axl's slice of that pie? Let's just say he could probably buy a few more of those iconic leather jackets. And don't forget those sweet, sweet royalties. Every time Sweet Child of Mine plays on the radio or in a movie, Axl's bank account gets a little fatter. While Axl isn't known for many side hustles, his name and image are valuable commodities. Merchandise sales continue to add to his fortune, proving that even in the digital age, people still want a piece of the Axl Rose magic. Nevertheless, Axl's wealth is just one facet of his larger-than-life persona. Let's peel back the layers and explore the man behind the microphone. Lifestyle insights. All right, rock and roll junkies, let's peel back the layers of the enigma that is Axl Rose. This ain't your grandma's celeb profile, so strap in for a wild ride through the life and times of rock's most notorious frontman. First things first, let's talk about Axl's infamous tardiness. The man's got a reputation for being fashionably late that'd make even a sloth blush. Concert start times? More like suggestions to Axl. But hey, when you're rock royalty, you can keep an entire stadium waiting, right? Now, onto the juicy stuff. Axl's got a soft spot for the finer things in life. Word on the street is he's a connoisseur of rare wines and exotic cars. Imagine Axl Rose cruising down Sunset in a vintage Lamborghini, belting out Paradise City. Now that's a mental image, but it's not all glitz and glamour. Our boy Axl's got a heart of gold hidden under all that leather and attitude. He's been known to support various animal rights causes and has even performed at benefit concerts for AIDS research. Who knew the Welcome to the Jungle singer had such a soft side? Speaking of animals, Axl's a big-time dog lover. He's been spotted numerous times with his beloved pooches, proving that even bad boys need puppy cuddles. And get this, rumor has it he once had a pet snake named Slash. Coincidence? We think not. When it comes to fashion, Axl's style is as iconic as his voice. Bandanas, leather pants, and enough jewelry to make Mr. T jealous. That's the Axl Rose signature look. But here's a fun fact. He's also got a thing for kilts. Yeah, you heard that right. Axl Rose in a kilt. It's a sight to behold, trust us. Now, let's dish about some controversies. 'Cause what's an Axl Rose story without a little drama? From on-stage meltdowns to feuds with bandmates, Axl's been at the center of more storms than a weather reporter. Remember the St. Louis riot in '91? Or the time he dove into the crowd to tackle a fan with a camera? Classic Axl moments that keep the tabloids in business. But it hasn't all been chaos and controversy. Axl's got some surprisingly chill hobbies too. Believe it or not, he's into meditation and has been known to practice Tai Chi. Picture Axl Rose, Zen master. Mind-blowing, right? As for favorite tunes, Axl's musical tastes are as eclectic as his wardrobe. He's professed love for everything from Elton John to Nine Inch Nails. And movies? Word is he's a sucker for sci-fi flicks. Axl Rose at a Star Wars premiere? Stranger things have happened. Food-wise, our rock god isn't exactly known for clean living. Late-night taco runs and backstage buffets are more his style. But hey, when you're burning that many calories on stage, who's counting? One thing you might not know about Axl, he's a bit of a bookworm. Yep, the man behind Night Train is also into philosophy and has been spotted with everything from Nietzsche to Kurt Vonnegut. Who says rockers can't be intellectuals? Last but not least, let's talk about Axl's most prized possessions. Beyond the obvious guitars and gold records, he's rumored to have an extensive collection of vintage microphones. Each one probably has a story that'd make your hair stand on end, much like Axl's iconic vocals. Though we've caught a glimpse of Axl's personal world, his romantic life proves to be just as eventful as his time on stage. Relationships and connections. Our man Axl's romantic history is as explosive as his on-stage antics. Back in the day, he was briefly hitched to Erin Everly, daughter of Don Everly of the Everly Brothers, in 1990. But like a classic rock ballad, this marriage burned bright and fast, fizzling out after just 10 months. Talk about November rain, am I right? Next up on Axl's love tour was supermodel Stephanie Seymour. These two were the ultimate rock and roll power couple of the early 90s. They got engaged, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. They split in 1993, leaving behind some epic music videos and tabloid headlines. Since then, Axl's kept his love life pretty low-key. There have been rumors and whispers, but nothing concrete. Seems like these days his main squeeze is that microphone stand. Now, let's talk family. Axl's got a half-brother named Stuart who's managed to stay out of the spotlight. As for kids, Axl's never had any of his own. Guess he figured being a rock god was enough responsibility. When it comes to friends, Axl's inner circle is as star-studded as a Hollywood Walk of Fame. His bromance with Slash has been on again, off again more times than we can count, but these days they seem to be rocking in harmony. Other pals include fellow music legends like Elton John and Queen's Brian May. And let's not forget his Guns N' Roses bandmates, when they're not feuding, that is. Duff McKagan has stuck by Axl through thick and thin, proving that some friendships can survive even the craziest of rock and roll lifestyles. While Axl's relationships have been a roller coaster ride, his taste in real estate is equally as intriguing and diverse. Real estate. Let's take a peek behind the velvet curtains at Axl Rose's property portfolio. First stop on our Axl abode adventure, Malibu. Our favorite vocal acrobat reportedly owned a stunning beachfront pad in this celebrity-saturated slice of paradise. Picture this: waves crashing, guitars wailing, and Axl lounging on a balcony overlooking the Pacific. Rockstar paradise? You bet your bandana it is. Rumor has it that Axl's also got roots in the Hollywood Hills, because where else would you expect the Prince of Hard Rock to hang his countless hats? We're talking about a secluded mansion tucked away from prying eyes, perfect for late-night songwriting sessions and impromptu jam fests. Now, here's where things get interesting. Word on the Sunset Strip is that Axl's got a soft spot for historic homes. He's been linked to a gorgeous 1920s estate in Latigo Canyon. Think Spanish Revival style with a rock and roll twist. Can't you just imagine Axl belting out Sweet Child of Mine in a red-tiled courtyard? But don't think our man's tied down to just one coast. Axl's been known to spend time in New York City, too. While details are as elusive as a GNR reunion used to be, we wouldn't be surprised if he's got a swanky penthouse with killer views of the city that never sleeps. Here's the kicker, though. Axl's notoriously private about his personal life, including his real estate holdings. So while we can confirm he's lived large in some seriously sweet digs, the full extent of his property empire remains shrouded in mystery. Kind of fitting for rock's most enigmatic frontman, don't you think? However, Axl's penchant for luxury isn't limited to his homes. His garage houses some seriously impressive machines that reflect his rock star status. Vehicles and cars. This ain't your average car collection. We're talking serious horsepower that matches the man's vocal range. First up, we've got the Porsche 918 Spyder. This $845,000 hybrid hypercar is as sleek and powerful as one of Axl's high notes. With its ability to go from 0 to 60 in just 2.5 seconds, it's perfect for when our rock god needs to make a quick getaway from overzealous fans. Next on the list is the Ferrari F60 Enzo. At a cool $3.8 million, this Italian stallion is rarer than a drama-free GNR Tour. Named after the Ferrari founder himself, This supercar is a fitting ride for rock royalty like Axl. Can't you just picture him cruising down Sunset Boulevard in this red beauty? Last, but certainly not least, we've got the Porsche Carrera GT. Valued at approximately $1.3 million, this car is a true collector's item. Known for its raw power and lack of electronic aids, it's a beast that demands respect, much like Axl himself. It seems our man Axl has a taste for the finer things on four wheels. Despite his collection of high-powered vehicles, Axl's current lifestyle might surprise you, showing a different side to the infamous rocker. Current lifestyle. After years of will they or won't they, speculation, Axl shocked the world by reuniting with Slash and Duff McKagan in 2016 for the aptly named Not in This Lifetime tour. And boy, did they deliver. The tour became one of the highest grossing of all time, showing that the appetite for destruction is still very much alive. But Axl's not content to rest on his laurels. As of my last update, Guns N' Roses has been teasing new material. That's right, folks. We might be getting some fresh tracks from the band that defined an era. It's like Christmas came early, but instead of Santa, we've got a dude in a bandana and leather pants. On the personal front, Axl's keeping things as mysterious as ever. He's notoriously private, popping up occasionally to set the internet ablaze with a rare public appearance or a cryptic tweet. It's like playing Where's Waldo, but with more pyrotechnics and guitar solos. Word on the Sunset Strip is that Axl's been focusing on his health and well-being. Gone are the days of notorious stage dives and midnight brawls. Our boy's grown up, trading in the Jack Daniels for, well, we're not sure, but probably something with less kick and more kale. But don't think for a second that Axl's lost his edge. Recent performances show he can still wail with the best of them, hitting those stratospheric notes that make dogs howl and glass shatter. So there you have it, folks. Axl Rose. Still touring, still recording, still mystifying. In a world of here today, gone tomorrow pop stars, Axl remains a true icon, proving that some roses never wilt. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. The next chapter of the Axl saga is just beginning. What did you find most surprising or insightful about this deep dive into the life of Axl Rose? Share your thoughts by commenting below. If you enjoyed this video, we think you'll like one of these that's on your screen now. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.